Hello and welcome back to Necromancer, and we are on our way to the nearest town that has a tournament available for us to participate in, and I ran across these guys, and yeah, I actually have just noticed something else that is, in my opinion at least, pretty impressive, and I love to see these kinds of things. You see this windmill right here? Look at the blades. The blades of the windmill are actually moving on the world map. Now, I don't know about you, but that I don't know. Have I seen that before in Bannerlord? I don't think so. So these kinds of things, even though they make, well, very little difference to gameplay itself, they do make a huge difference to immersion, and that's just. Yeah, I love that. I love that. I really enjoy feeling immersed in the game world, and that is exactly what this modding team is aiming to do. And I just cannot wait until we get higher level troops so we can actually see, I mean, we're already seeing these really fantastic units charging around on their extremely effective horses. And yeah, we just need to get into some larger battles, you know? Getting into some larger battles would definitely make a big difference, because larger battles equal more skeletons to raise, thanks to our wonderful necromancy. And yeah, I really don't take any damage now that I have this wonderful armor on, especially from cultists. Now, that's not saying that I'm going to be taking very little damage from anything else, because let's face it, I'm probably going to be taking a lot of damage from, well, a number of spells, that's for sure. I personally feel like spells are going to be one of the things that we do need to watch out for quite a bit of. Anyway, let me actually just take a quick look here. I'm wondering, should I just completely get rid of my Sylvanian scouts? I mean, no offense to them and everything, but they're boring humans. You know what I'm saying. You know, generally, this was also the reason why I thought to myself, yeah, why did I do that in the special feature? You know, why did I create a character that's basically a human and doesn't really do anything else? Because let's face it, in a fantasy world, what do you want to do the most of? You want to play as the most I don't know, extravagant character that you can play as. You know, you don't want to play as the human fighter, do you? I mean, maybe you do sometimes, but for me specifically, yeah, I think I'd probably like to do something a little bit different. So what we're actually going to do is I'm going to transfer my Sylvanian scouts away, and we'll just take a couple of skeletons instead. Actually, I'm wondering whether I should even... Should I even bother taking... wait a minute, what am I looking at here? Oh yeah, by the way, this is a bug. The skills not showing up, that is a bug. I believe... I don't know what their stats are, but the one of the members of the modding team actually did say that this is a display bug, and they do actually have stats. They are... I would assume they have 20, because that makes sense. With the way they've done things, I assume that they have 20, so these skeletons, the basic skeletons, have 20, then swordsmen have 40s, champions have 60, and so on and so forth, all the way up to the highest ranks. So that's actually really good to know. And yeah, so I'm actually wondering whether it's even worth me keeping these roaming undead around. I mean, yes, it is indeed worth it, because roaming undead do tend to have 40 in skills, and then the roaming undead warriors have 60. However, these skeletons, as you can quite clearly tell, they do level up further than the roaming undead variant. So that kind of makes me question whether I should do that or not. Ooh. These are looking mighty fine. I really cannot wait until we get some of these wraiths. I'm not entirely sure whether... see, that's the thing. I don't know which ones actually have spells and which ones don't. I guess I'm just going to continue with what we have going on right there. Oh yeah, I also did sell my civilian clothing. Yeah, I did realize that. I actually didn't... I didn't really care, to be honest, because it's highly unlikely I'm going to be going into the streets except to talk to a companion. I guess it kind of would give a slightly better first impression if I go into the town and I actually have clothes on, because I would assume that a potential companion, in the case of, you know, a vampire, is probably going to think to themselves, oh, would you mind, you impudent human, would you mind putting on a little bit of, you know, clothing or something like that? But yeah, that's, it's probably a good idea that I actually do that this time. So I'm gonna put on a shirt at the very least, but that's exactly what we've done now. Anyway, let's see what I can do here. I'm gonna just sell probably all of my stuff. Don't really see the need to keep any of this. I mean, generally, I could go for smithing, but I want as much money as possible. Now, I'm actually wondering, are there any lords here? No, there are no lords here, so that's actually fantastic. Ooh, this is also great. Okay, here's the plan. The plan is, do the tournament, fail at the tournament, do the escort caravan mission, and fail at the escort caravan mission, okay? Those are the plans that we will now make and indeed fail at. I'm obviously joking. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so how many days do we have right here? Days? Oh, we have 133 days. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, that's actually something that, oh yeah, that is something that we, and by we, I mean the warband community, back then in Fantasy Co Radio, we were always asking, or basically saying, or exclaiming to ourselves, wouldn't it be amazing if undead units did not consume food? And that's actually what is going on here, amazingly enough. Yes, indeed, that is actually what is going on here with our skeletons, and that's the reason why we have so many days worth of food, because the only people that are actually consuming the food is me and the vampires? I'm actually not entirely sure if the vampires consume it, but the skeletons, I believe, do not. So that's actually amazing in my opinion. That is super, super cool. I'm a bit worried about participating in the tournament when we have our vampire friend, our vampire companion with us, because he is going to probably murder us. Yeah, as you can see. Oh my. I'm actually kind of worried. Okay, I'm gonna bet 1,000 total, I think, in this. Can I win this even? I'm actually super worried now that I might not be able to win this. Okay. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. You know, I kind of wish I could use spells here, but obviously that would be completely against the rules. There we go. Okay, that guy was much easier. Alright, so I'm going to assume that my guy is going to get through really, really easily, because he is definitely... I think he has... What does he have again? He has like 180 or 200 one-handed weapon proficiency, and it seems like we are mostly... He didn't get through? What? Okay, I am very confident. Oh, no. Don't get confident, me. Don't get confident. We really don't want to do that. That would result in an absolute death on my part. Okay, that person is just running in there, dying like an absolute imbecile. Oh, my. Okay, these guys are insane. The only thing I can do is attack the head. The only thing I can do is attack the head. Oh, this guy is absolutely... He is armored. He is so he is so incredibly armored. Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah. Did I kill all of those now? No. This guy, the Preceptor of the Blazing Sun. Wow. The only thing I can really say to that is I can't believe how incredibly powerful they are. I mean, they have really good armor. That's basically the thing that we've got to take away from this. That's actually incredible. Okay, let me see what I can do. Take out this guy at least. Come on, we've got to kill at least one. Otherwise, we're going to have some big... Oh, hello. I just took massive damage. Oh, this guy did a lot of damage too. Okay. This tournament is full of surprises, and we are now going to be fighting our old friend, the Braganza Besieger. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, so I really wish I had a... You know, I wish I had a ranged weapon of some kind. I believe this guy is probably going to be okay. Okay, ooh, that was way too close. That was way too close, but I'm very pleased that we were able to achieve victory against all odds. I really cannot believe that that was even possible. I mean, literally, I'm doing this with a, I think it's a rusty sword, actually. I think I was using a rusty sword. That might be the reason why we had so many difficulties, but at the very least, I'm very, very happy that we were able to achieve victory. And yeah, we actually gained some terrible loot, because I actually don't even need this. Yeah, that's obviously going to be something that I sell or give to someone. Okay, so I guess the best thing for us to do now is to pretty much just go ahead and do the Escort Caravan mission, and we'll see how that goes, because I mean, I obviously have no idea what kinds of enemies we're going to be fighting in that. I'm going to assume beastmen, but I'm very much hoping, I'm crossing my fingers right now, that it's going to be cultists or something along those lines. That would be much, much better. Okay, so other than that, I did kind of realize this beforehand, because whenever you select a necromancer, it increases your intelligence. So intelligence actually does increase your winds of magic. I'm not sure if it increases effectiveness, but we're going to be increasing our intelligence again. And I'm actually going to go for another point in... I might increase Steward, actually. I mean, Steward doesn't really make that much difference, to be honest, because my people are not eating the food, right? My people are not eating the food. So I guess I'll just increase medicine again, and then see what happens with that. I guess that's actually going to be a little bit more useful, potentially, but otherwise... Let's go and speak to this fellow and see what kind of enemies we're actually going to be facing in the Merchant Caravan mission. Technically, we could buy his tannery. I'm actually not entirely sure if that's a good idea. I don't have enough money for it anyway. I actually thought I might have had enough money, considering I earned, what was it, 9,000 or something? Yeah, I don't have enough. Anyway, we are going to say, hello there, sir. Can you give me 10 billion per day? No, he's giving us 221 per day. Okay, yeah, that's absolutely fine. So, let's do this. I'm going to assume that he's going to go to 2 towns or something like that and then finish, but that's actually fine with me, because we're probably going to be taking a battering by that point anyway, so it kind of makes sense. Okay, wait a minute. Did he just say that that was completed? No. Area culture converted. Okay, that's a new mechanic. I am very intrigued by this new mechanic. Okay, so Fort Bracha has converted to the Empire of Man. So what does that actually mean? Where is that? I mean, I don't want to select it. That's the point. I don't want to select it right now because I don't want to mistakenly tell myself to go over there or anything like that. I can assume that it is part of the vampire counts and that the culture has just... Yes, there it is. Okay, so the culture is now Empire of Men, but I'm actually wondering whether it used to be a vampire count fief, and over time, the culture has changed. And if that is indeed the case, that is amazing. Because to have an entire culture be changed would be such a boon to so many different areas and places in the base game, let alone in total conversions. And if a lot of other total conversions are going to adapt a similar system, it's going to become so much more immersive. Because you think about if you are on a crusade, if you're conquering things again and again and again, and this is in enemy territory, of course, and let's say that you want to recruit something from those villages that you've just captured. Well, good luck doing that, because in this, if you didn't have the cultural conversion, if it works how I think, if you didn't have that, you'd be recruiting Empire units as the vampire counts, and of course that's not going to do, is it? No, you don't want those pesky humans in your party. Anyway, we're going to be helping this guy. We are indeed fighting against cultists, which is exactly what I wanted, so I'm very, very pleased with that. And I'm actually going to aim to buy a horse for myself. I'm actually unsure. Can I use spells on a horse? Going to assume probably not. But we're going to tell my forces to charge in, because I only have a very, very small amount of cavalry, and I need to make the most of them as much as I possibly can, so we can't have the enemy actually attack us first. And my skeletons are going to do a clickety-clackety, real bad job of catching up to these cavalry. So we're just going to have to get them embroiled in a close quarters combat fight. And I'm actually just going to summon additional units right here and then continue to move on. There we go. Let's speed things up real fast, and boom! There we go. Not too bad. So this should be, well, all things considered, this should be quite easy for us, thankfully, and that is, oh yeah, I should also mention, by the way, the developers of the mod are actually working on they're working on a mechanic to make it so that you can indeed turn prisoners into undead units. So you can sacrifice them in some way, or you can utilize their life essence in some way. And yeah, they actually already had that suggestion, and I obviously mentioned it in the previous episode. So yeah, they are actually working on that, and I'm very, very excited to see what happens with it. Anyway, I'm actually going to swap out the roaming undead for now, and I'm going to be gaining the regular skeletons, because personally, I'd like to get an army that is a lot higher tier. And if I had a lot more space in my army at the moment, then obviously it would make, well, it would make no difference. I'd be able to take all the undead that I could handle, but as it stands right now, I obviously can't. So we're just going to have to take the ones that give us the most bang for our buck, which in this case is definitely going to be the ones that can level up just that much more. So hopefully they are going to indeed level up over time, and then we'll be fine and dandy. And yeah, now we just have to wait here. Who's that? Oh, that's a very, very large army, isn't it? Wow, this guy is running around with a literal 2,000. Whoa, I would not want to be the person... Oh, that's the guy that's actually up against... Oh, that's the person that's actually up against that guy. Yeah, that would be an absolute travesty. Oh, we're actually fighting against a multitude of different units. Okay, hello. Oh, that's very cool in my opinion. So it's not going to only be cultists, it's going to be everything. So you're fighting cultists first. Obviously this is not scripted. I suppose it could be randomized to a certain extent. But yeah, we're going to be facing cultists first, and now we are facing Empire Deserters. In my opinion, Empire Deserters are going to be much more difficult, but of course because we have a pretty significant amount of mounted units, and I'm not even talking about my own units here, I'm talking about generally, because the Caravan does tend to have quite a few mounted units. Funnily enough, we are actually helping Empire. Yes. We are helping the Empire at the moment, which is definitely not what I intended, but yeah, you know, you go where the work is, right? You go where the work is, and that is exactly where this is. So yeah, that's why we're doing it. That's why we're doing it. Yeah, it's like we're a mercenary necromancer, necromercer. No, that doesn't make any sense. But whatever the case, there you go. We were able to achieve victory. I mean, basically any amount of renown is actually going to be really, really useful to us at this point as well. I'm just going to level these guys up, and we're going to need to do something about these skeletons too. So I'm actually going to be removing a bunch of these, gaining these skeletons, and I'm going to, you know what? I'm just going to remove all the roaming undead for now, and we'll just take the regular skeletons, because they are eventually going to level up. It's just a matter of time, so it might as well just do that now. And there we go, we finally got a horse. It is, oh, yeah, it's a sumpter horse. Maybe next time we get over to a town, I might be able to actually do something about that. Let me see if I can help this caravan. Oh, that's actually a significant amount of combat strength that they have. I am not confident enough to go in for an auto-resolve here, but I will go in for a regular attack. This is just me, by the way. This is not my caravan. Is it? No, it's not my caravan, but it is the other caravan. Okay, can we use spells on horseback? Yes, we can. Oh, that's yeah, that's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm saying thank you to the modding team for making that decision, because they could have made it so that you had to be dismounted, you know. They could have made it so you had to be on foot to be able to cast your summoning spells and so on and so forth. And yeah, I can kind of see why they might want to do that. But personally, I love the fact that they decided against that. I really do, because in the original, well, necromancy mod, I guess you could kind of call it. I mean, Fantasy Calradia, you could kind of call it the original. I don't know. Could you call it the original? I guess so, because that was basically the first mod that I saw, at least, that had the ability to raise dead. You couldn't actually ride a horse while casting spells most of the time, as far as I'm aware. If I recall correctly, some spells required you to be on foot. And so it's actually super nice for us to be able to ride around on a horse and be able to do that this time around. I mean, to be fair, they are very powerful, you know. The spells are very powerful, so I can wholeheartedly see why, you know, in Fantasy Calradia, they decided to do it the other way. Anyway, yeah, I think we're pretty good to continue onward. I'm really wondering when we're going to be getting the next clan tier. I'm kind of itching to get the next one. Oh, yeah, we're only 2 renown away. Yeah, that kind of explains it, doesn't it? Okay, so yeah, anyway, let's just move on here. I actually would like to get the cultist hideout quest as well. That would be really advantageous for us. There are 2 cultist hideouts in the area. Someone actually did mention in the comments as well that the cultist hideout is one of the best things that you can eliminate for reasons. I actually don't know what the reason might be, apart from taking the quest and, you know, getting a pretty significant amount of money and renown from that. But I'm wondering whether it drops anything amazing, whether there's any loot in there that could be really, really useful to us. Did I level up, by the way? No, I didn't. Oh, I'm now disappointed. Oh well, never mind. Yeah. But what I do have to say, by the way, is that I really, really like the magic system and the way that the modding team has handled mana or magic power or whatever you want to call it, because I generally feel like the way that they've done it, where it regenerates out of combat on the world map, and you... Oh, look at that! What's that? What was that? I had no idea. I have no idea. It looked like magic missiles or something like that, but I don't think it is that, right? I don't think it is that. Well, whatever the case, that was really, really cool. But yeah, as I was saying, I personally feel the way that they've done it is really good, because it means that you don't have to wonder to yourself, look at that, look at how cool that is. What is that? I have no idea. That's the really fun thing about playing Total Conversions as well. You get that sense of wanderlust. Every single time you see a new thing, you think to yourself, oh, I really want to find out what that is. I want to explore this. I want to see, you know, this facet of the gameplay. I want to explore that mechanic and so on and so forth. And yeah, that's the reason why when a total conversion is done well, like this one is, and don't even get me started on the way that they've actually done the releases as well, because obviously they focused on one faction first, then they've done another one, and they're doing it so carefully and methodically that it just makes sense. With every single update, you're going to see, and I'm sure it's not flawless because I haven't seen any bugs, but I'm just going to say it right now, it seems like such a flawless experience so far, and that's really good work ethic in my opinion, because that means that they're taking it very cautiously, but at the same time showing an incredible amount of proficiency in what they're doing. Because you don't want to rush and release a product. I mean, it's free, so it's technically not a product, but you don't want to release a creation of your own that is going to be rough and that is going to cause people to, you know, have many problems with it over the course of its lifespan. And that has happened many times, either due to lack of time or you know, anything basically. Modding teams can fall apart and so on due to real life circumstances, and you know, I am very understanding of all those kinds of things. However, the way that this team is doing it is really very admirable because of that. You know, it makes it possible to have a complete game experience. And obviously this is not complete by any means, you know, obviously there are many factions to implement, a lot of mechanics to continually add and so on. But right now, I feel like I can play this and I can have a really fun time in the process. And I don't actually have to, I don't have to think to myself, oh yeah, you know what I'm really missing? I'm really missing X thing. Because I'm not missing X thing, because I'm having a fun time with everything that's currently included. And that's all I really need, you know? At least at the moment, you know? I mean, I would love to have, you know, additional factions and additional whatevers, but yeah, it's just super nice. Anyway, we are going to go into the tavern, actually, because I am... Oh, wow, a warrior priest. Oh, a warrior priest. Okay, I'm actually going to go into the tavern because you never know, there might be a magister there or something like that, because I'm actually thinking that we might want to learn some additional skills. And we haven't actually gone into an Empire tavern either. We've only been into the Vampire tavern, and admittedly, the Empire tavern does look very human, and... well, let's just say that that's actually a good thing in this case, because obviously you don't want it to look like, you know, it's run by vampires or anything, right? Anyway, let me see here. Yeah, I can actually just hold Alt and then I can see who's around here. There's a person up there I can speak to. There are 4 people I can speak to by the looks of things. Okay, so obviously this is the warrior priest right here. I love warrior priests. I used to... there was actually a class way back in Warhammer Online. Was it called Warhammer Online? I mean, there is a game called Warhammer Online, but I think it was actually called Warhammer Age of Reckoning. I don't know whether it actually had the online subtext to it, but yeah. Anyway, point is, it was really fun to play as a warrior priest. As far as I'm aware, you could play as one. I might be misremembering that, but it was just really cool because you could heal yourself, do massive damage and everything. But yeah, anyway, it doesn't seem like there's a magister in here, and I could technically recruit the warrior priest, but I actually don't think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I kind of want to, but I don't really want to because I want to keep my army vampire based, you know what I mean? So we'll just leave it for the moment, and we'll continue to escort. Whoa, okay, hello there. Okay, hello there. New units to take a look at the troop tree. A Putrid Blightking. Okay. Hello there. Whoever, okay, I gotta say, whoever worked on the models, bravo. I mean, really, could I sound any more pretentious? No, you know what? I'm not going to say bravo. Even though I do mean bravo. I mean, absolutely amazing. This is, I mean, literally, look at this. It feels like such high quality. I don't know what I can really say more about this. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Putrid Blightking. This guy, you don't want to fight him. Or shall we say, you don't want to fight 20 of him, because there are 20 of them over there. I mean, generally, I think we might actually be able to win, but, I mean, there's corn. Oh my. Yeah. That looks very imposing. Can I, Oh. Good luck doing damage to this guy. That's all I can say. Yeah, good luck doing damage to this guy. Please don't attack me. Oh, they're actually attacking me. Okay, I'm dead. This is literally a smaller party. I actually thought this was just a party of Chaos Cultists, and so I thought it was just a slightly larger one. Alright, okay, I can try to get away, which might actually make sense, because I don't really think I can beat them. I mean, do you think I can beat them? I don't think so, personally, because this is my current army. Yeah, I don't think I can beat them. Oh, only 14. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, sure. Okay, we're going to lose a little bit of loot as well, but we're going to gain some tactic skill, which is actually going to be kind of useful for us. But we are going to lose quite a few people, which is bad, of course. Okay, well, let me just see what else I can do here. We're going to go for loose formations, and I do have a focus point. I guess I will spend that in... I mean, I'd like to spend it in Steward, but no one's actually eating, right? I don't think so, at least. Let's spend it in riding, actually, as well, because I am actually on a horse now, so it might make sense. Let's just hope that we don't have a very large army coming to attack us. Or coming to attack the caravan at the very least. Oh, there they are. Okay, so this seems to be the last one, potentially. And then we can receive our payment. I assume we're going to be getting around 1,200 or something like that. So, going to be very, very pleased with that. Hopefully, I didn't lose any of my cavalry units either. I would very much hope that we aren't going to lose any of those. And that also reminds me that I need to get a new weapon. I need to get something that is actually going to work on horseback. Slightly easier than this one. Although, actually, I'm doing some pretty decent damage, you know? Most of the damage I'm dealing right now is not bad, you know? Kind of surprised. And I love the ease of use of the spells as well, because I can literally just press the spellcasting key, and then boom. I'm able to cast. Super nice. The ease of use is just really top-notch. And there we are. We were able to achieve victory. I'm actually wondering now, because we're winning these so easily, that I'm actually wondering whether it would be I don't know, whether it would be out of the realm of possibility for me to actually achieve victory versus that large party. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would be, maybe I wouldn't be. I don't really know, but whatever the case, please give me some money. Please give me a lot of money. Enough money to be able to afford an enterprise. No. Not enough money. However, there is a tournament currently going on here. I can also go to the graveyard. Yeah, I did do this in my other save as well. If you go to the graveyard here, basically what you can do is you can raise dead from the corpses in the ground. Now, the thing with that is that if you do that, you are going to then possibly get attacked by the Night Watch. And I assume that's the... Well, obviously that's the guards, right? That's the guards in the town. So probably not going to be doing that for the moment. But it's pretty cool that they do allow you to do that anyway, because I think that that's actually fantastic. I think that's really, really nice. I think the game might have actually crashed. That's kind of weird, because I didn't get any issues whatsoever. Yeah, I actually think it might have crashed. Well, I'm very much hoping that it auto-saved. If it didn't auto-save, then, well, I'm going to just have to replay that particular bit, but I'm sure it did at some point. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, and next time we're hopefully going to be able to get a maximum company size of 70, which is my current maximum, and I'm going to continue to try and earn as much renown as I can get my hands on. Oh, and there we go. Apparently it's now unstuck itself, so I didn't need to worry about it. It didn't actually crash, so that's actually super nice. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to try and get renown to get to the next clan tier, because basically party size is the biggest thing here. Party size is the biggest thing for a necromancer, in my opinion, because you're going to beat your enemy with numbers most of the time. And I'm going to need to recruit some more vampires too. I have enough money to be able to do that as well, so I'm definitely going to look to do that. And also search for a magister. So, a lot to do. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.